It's time for our next big adventure.
We are driving the Pacific Coast Highway, starting in Malibu and making our way north.
So join us as we explore the beautiful coastline of California on this epic road trip.
Welcome to Santa Barbara, guys. Yesterday, after spending so much time sitting in traffic, we ended up just checking out this little RV park here called the Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park. You know, it's a little RV park, but it was a nice place to stay for the night. And then this morning, or today actually, we've allotted the whole day to check out Santa Barbara.
We are currently at the mission that gave Santa Barbara its name. It's the old Santa Barbara Mission, and this place is awesome.
It's absolutely gorgeous here. So I don't know if you know or not, but there are 21 missions, old missions, scattered along the coast of California. The Santa Barbara mission was the 10th one that was built, and it was actually founded December 4th of 1786. So this mission is owned and operated by the Franciscans, and it is the only mission that has been continuously operated since its founding.
These missions were established by the Spanish in order to pretty much convert the indigenous people of the area. And in this particular instance, it was the Chumash people. The Chumash people had a huge role in building this mission. When you walk inside this church, by the way, it is absolutely stunning. You can see the influence that carried over from the Chumash people. And later on in the church, the vestments worn by the priests were changed to reflect the influence of the Chumash people with beadwork and colors that you don't normally see in your typical vestments.
There is also a cemetery and mausoleum here that is absolutely beautiful. Where you enter into the cemetery, on the side of the building there are actually symbols of death embedded there. I mean, it's pretty cool to see. But it's very
unsettling almost.
Unsettling, but yet very relevant, I would say. The cemetery was placed here to basically bury anyone that died here at the mission, and that includes over 4,600 Chumash people. I do find it very interesting, though, that the most prominent feature in this cemetery is an old fig tree that's been there since 1890, not 1980, 1890. It's a beautiful symbol of life in the middle of a cemetery.
In the middle of the mission, as you continue your tour, you're going to come to a place they call the Sacred Garden. It's full of rose bushes. I actually have a rosary that is made out of pressed rose petals, and that's what that garden smells like. It's, well, no pun intended, but it smells absolutely heavenly. And finally, on your self-guided tour, you're going to walk through the museum, which gives even more history of the mission throughout the years. Inside the museum, you're also going to find a lot of old paintings. You're going to find some amazingly old, beautiful statues, as well as an old Chumash altar. I absolutely love this place. It's a great mix of history and culture. Up next, one of the most popular things here to do in Santa Barbara, we are at Stearns Wharf.
So Stearns Wharf was named after, I guess he was a local lumberman, and
What, you don't know him?
No. So it was actually named after John Stern. He was a local lumberman and the builder of the wharf.
Which makes sense. This thing is it's all wood.
It is. So it is all wood, and it was built in 1872. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's a really, really long wharf as well. There are lots of restaurants and stuff out here, which is
one of the reasons why we're here. Let's be honest.
If you know us.
Let's be honest.
You know it.
See, this is what we do. Sandy looks up facts on her phone. But this is actually
It's California's oldest.
It's California's oldest working wharf. So, I mean, this thing uproots itself, goes to its 9 to 5, and then returns here every evening for
whatever. All right, let's go explore this thing.
As you can see, according to the sign, you can see the Channel Islands. They're out obscured by the mist. So Sandy was like, hey, let's get a really expensive lunch. And I was like, sure.
So we just had lunch at the Santa Barbara Shellfish Company. And now I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, you guys just had seafood in Malibu. But you can have seafood every day, in our opinion.
Seafood is delicious.
So it was so good. I had a lobster roll, and I'm telling you, this lobster roll was stuffed with Maine lobster. It was like they did not skimp one bit. Nice toasted bun. It's like perfection.
Wow, that's good, huh? So the must-try thing when you're here in Santa Barbara, they say, is the uni. They say that the uni is the best in the world. The uni was super amazing. It was uni on top of a raw scallop.
If you don't know what uni is, it's sea urchin.
And it was on top of a lime. The uni was so buttery. It was ridiculous.
Like melt in your mouth.
And I also had the crab cakes, which were good as well.
But he's more of a blue crab person,
I
so
love
he'll
blue crab.
never tell you that any crab cake is better than a blue crab cake.
Old Bay.
Makes everything better. It does.
If you want to sponsor us, Old Bay, just hit us up, because
We'll put. It's almost like, what is that? Hot sauce. The one that's like put that ish on everything.
Frank's.
Frank's, yeah, but it's Old Bay.
But Old Bay has their own hot sauce and it's delicious. Okay, let's explore. So we have left beautiful sunny Santa Barbara / foggy, I guess.
It was about half and half.
And headed up the coast a bit to the next place that we're gonna stop. I know we've said, a couple things about RV parks being expensive on this trip and there's not a lot of boondocking, but let me tell you, the place that we're at now is, I think, worth the price of admission.
Yes, so when we first made the reservation, we're like, man, that's expensive, because we plan to stay here for 3 nights. And then we got here, and I tell you what, this is almost as good as Fort Wilderness at Disney World.
Hey, leave all your hateful comments below.
So I'm guessing you're probably wondering, well, where the heck are you guys? So we are in a little town called Buellton. We've actually left the one a little bit and come inland, and we did that because there's a little town here that we really, really want to visit, but that's going to be coming up a little later, so we're not going to share it quite yet. But we are in the town of Buellton, and we are staying at Flying Flags RV Resort. And this place is actually really incredible.
They have multiple pools. They have little rental cabins that are themed. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. They have an amazing general store here. I don't think I've seen a camp store as nice, except for Disney.
So there's a place where you can get wood-fired pizza. They have a little bar. They have live music on the weekends. They have a whole pavilion area where there is just different kinds of sports fields and like some outdoor areas where people can gather. You can play bocce ball. Like, it has enough to keep you busy for quite some time.
On the next episode of Wonderful Revolution, our Pacific Coast Highway adventure continues.
So be sure to show us a little bit of love by hitting that like button. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss this adventure, and we'll see you next time. And until then, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.